Welcome everyone to theCUBE. I'm John Furrier, the host with Alison Kosik here at Google Next 2026. 3 days of live coverage, a lot of action happening in the AI space, from the bottom of the stack all the way to the top. NVIDIA calls it the 5-layer cake. Everyone's talking about AI and agentic. We're seeing the beginning of the transformation. We have crossed the threshold. Alison, great to kick off the show with you. We got 3 days of wall-to-wall coverage. We got Rebecca hosting in a booth behind us.
Yep.
theCUBE has got team coverage here. The analysts are getting all the data. We're extracting the signal.
I think you extracted it in that article that you wrote about, kind of like about how Google's looking to take over, not to just sort of be that control center for AI, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Google's here to me is clearly the battleground is agents, the control plane. And I use that in the title, it's kind of a jargon word, control plane. But I wanted to leave it in the title because the control plane is that horizontal layer that moves data around, and it connects to all the systems that have all this jargon, databases, and all the systems powering AI have to have this connectivity layer. Think of it like the main nerve center. It's like the backbone, the spine of all the systems.
And whoever owns the control plane kind of wins, right? And why is that?
Because you now have the ability to move data around and make the agents work across. So agents are coming, we're seeing that clearly here. Gemini is an orchestrator, that's like the person who's running the orchestra, Gemini, but then you've got all the new applications coming. The AI native applications are real, and you're starting to see coding become almost done by agents, 100%. I saw Databricks set a stat that said that now they've crossed over less humans coding than machines, so that's a major milestone, and we saw it at AWS. So, Gemini and all these tools, it's tools to an operating system, because it's all operating as one thing. Kind of like a human brain.
Yep.
You got front memory, you get the back end memory, so you got all these new things playing out. We've never seen this before, and Google is making a hard run, and they have the technical chops, and they have the history, they have the infrastructure.
The competition is really fierce now, so the competition's hot, so how are they operating in that environment?
I mean, they're just making a better product. If you make a really good product, it'll work. Google was way behind in the cloud game years and years ago. Now they're pushing Gemini, which is a very strong product, and they have the TPU, the new chips. They got to deal with NVIDIA, so NVIDIA's actively flexing here too with Google. So they have all the parts, and they've just been grinding it out and building better product, and the better product wins, and if everyone's using it, you don't have to slap a logo on it.
So I'm curious, who do you think so far is winning the race?
In the AI race? Well, OpenAI, the models are doing great. So Anthropic and OpenAI, their product has gotten so much better in the past year. I mean, we were here last year talking OpenAI and Anthropic. Anthropic, in the past 6 months, have been leapfrogging OpenAI. OpenAI leapfrogs Anthropic. It's a constant game of leapfrogging on the model side, but as I pointed out in the article, all the enterprises and all the real action is not with the models, it's what the models are interfacing with. Those are the systems, that's what's happening.
Right, all right, what do we expect to happen here today? What are we going to have on set?
We're going to have the ecosystem come through. We're going to hear from practitioners, we're going to hear from suppliers, we're going to hear from ecosystem partners of Google, and hear from Google themselves on what they think the future will be. They probably won't be as blunt as me saying it's a new battleground, it's a war. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who can capture the enterprise adoption. The enterprise adoption is on the table for the first time. We've seen AI. We've seen adoption with search. We saw some adoption with some marketing stuff. But coding made a big dent in the enterprise, and that was a huge milestone. Now that agents are coming, coding and agents together are going to create massive value for the enterprise.
How do any of these companies win the adoption, the enterprise adoption?
They got to change their mindset. It's a whole other mindset. How they operate, we're seeing the role of the C-suite, the CFO is becoming more of an operator, and if agents are going to be workers, HR is involved, so the chief people officer is involved, tokens are out there, so you have a new kind of currency going on with tokens, and that's changing the organizational structures, that's changing how people are organizing their teams, that's changing how people work, so it's a complete reset in the corporate world.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
We're going to continue to cover it here on theCUBE. Again, we're going to kick off day one. I'm John Furrier, Alison Kosik. We'll be right back after this short break.